Welcome to Hankook TV. At the DTM debut a fortnight ago in Hockenheim, they were absent. But here in Austria, they are back again. The runners of the Formula 3 European Championship. And they also got Hankook tires on their axles. So it's time to take a closer look.
The Formula 3 European Championship is a talent factory. Youngest ever Formula 1 Grand Prix winner Max Verstappen drove in this series just 2 years ago. Here, many young drivers make their first experience with professional teamwork and tire management. Hankook delivers the tire and the support like in DTM.
In F3 we use 13-inch tires, and in DTM we are using 18-inch tires. Also the compound and also the construction of the tire is totally different. In F3 there's less downforce and also less weight on the tire. So the stress is not that much like in DTM, because the DTM cars are quite heavy and they are using the curbs all the time, so this is a stressful moment for the tire.
But of course, the tires in Formula 3 get stressed too. From time to time, the young guns test the physical limits of the professional hardware.
In F3 the drivers are very young. The age is minimum 16 years, so they are very unexperienced and can give so much feedback like the DTM old stars. Working with the young drivers is sometimes very interesting because they are coming from other karting or Formula series, and now in F3 it's a very high professional racing series. The young Formula 3 drivers are learning a lot from each weekend. They are adapting to new tires and also to new racetracks. And the better you know the tire, the better the performance is from the driver and also from the car, because they can get better feedback from the tire to the driver, and the driver can bring the feedback to the engineer who can set up the car, and then the performance is very good. This is a successful way for a driver to understand the tire. This year we have a lot of young guys which are learning from event to event. And so we are discussing a lot after the sessions regarding the setup, regarding the behavior from the car on the track, and this is very interesting work.
And it's interesting to look for maybe another future Grand Prix winner, making his first professional steps on Hankook tires.
In the unlikely case you don't know where to go in a DTM paddock, you find the info point at the entrance. And info point is a good keyword. Here are our news.
New is first of all the tarmac of the Red Bull Ring. Not just at some parts, but the complete track. Tire-wise, this is important because you can't use the experiences and the setup of last year's. But the drivers like it. Most of them said it's the smoothest track in the season now. The Mercedes hospitality seems to have a special design for each racetrack. Here it shows local hero Lucas Auer. The youngster in his second DTM season was of course the most wanted driver by the Austrian media and fans. Maybe sometimes he will be as famous as the other Austrian driver in Spielberg, Niki Lauda. The first Hankook Pit Stop Award of the year goes to Audi Team Rosberg. These are the guys who managed to perform the fastest pit stop at the first event of the season in Hockenheim.
The driver lineup in the DTM hasn't changed much this year. From the 24 drivers we have, 23 were here also last year. There's only one rookie in the field. It's Esteban Ocon, that man behind me. So it's time to learn to know the young Frenchman. And here he is in real. Esteban Ocon sitting by my side. Esteban, first of all, DTM. You're new in the DTM. You're the only rookie of the year. How does it feel to be part of this scene?
It feels amazing. I mean, I have to thank Mercedes for the great opportunity. I'm learning so much to be here together with such great drivers and competing at such a high level and working for such a brand as Mercedes as well. It's something amazing, and yeah, I'm really pleased to race in DTM this year.
We are now at the second DTM race weekend of the year. The first one was comme ci comme ça, right?
Yeah, right. I was not lucky really with the race. Not really any luck in corner 2. I mean, I've been pushed out, and then that was finished. But yeah, I want to turn the luck around here and change that on this race.
You're also test driver in Formula One. Is Formula One your goal for the future, or do you like it in DTM so much that you are here to stay?
I like DTM, but yeah, unfortunately I'm sorry. But yeah, my goal is to go to Formula One, but you know, I can't be in a better place to be learning to get there in the future. It's very similar to F1, the way of working and how professional everybody is and how technical are the cars. And it's also great to drive, and I'm enjoying that.
One of the ingredients to be really fast are the tires. You know the Hankook tires already from Formula 3. How do they suit and how do you get along with them at a DTM car?
It's a great tires. You can push every lap. You got no degradation, so that's really good. But also you get a good peak in DTM with the blankets. It's different to Formula One, but it's even more physical because you can push all the way through, and that's very interesting for us, for drivers. You know, pushing hard every lap. That's what we want.
Red Bull Ring, Spielberg, Austria, second venue of the DTM calendar 2016, a fantastic atmosphere in the brightest sunshine. With two BMW in the first row, Marco Wittmann on pole, alongside him Tom Blomqvist. And it's the champion of 2014 who manages to start in best fashion. He leads the field up to the first corner, through which everything runs perfectly smooth. But in the following Remus corner, Matthias Ekström spins and has to continue from very far back. Something the Audi responsibles don't really like to see. In first place, still Wittmann ahead of Blomqvist and Eduardo Mortara in his Audi, followed by two more BMW. Daniel Juncadella bumps into Christian Vittoris. Both have to retire way too early. Breathtaking the fight for third place. Timo Glock holds pressure high on Mortara, but the Italian makes no mistake at all and prevents so a triple victory for the guys from Munich. So it's in exclamation marks only a double victory for BMW. For the sixth time in his DTM career, Marco Wittmann crosses the finish line first. On Sunday, with 32 degrees at the Red Bull Ring, the picture up front is distinctly more mixed up. Jamie Green in his Audi starts from pole and is also best on the spot. Behind him, sword and shelf to BMW with Antonio Felix da Costa and Timo Glock. But this ranking is not here to stay. On the way to the Remus corner, Glock fights down Green and takes over command. A change also behind them as Mortara takes over third position. Then the obligatory pit stops commence, and one of the first who goes for new Hankook slicks is Glock. Only 3 seconds, a very quick halt, and the ex-Formula One driver defends his lead ahead of Green, the preliminary decision in this Sunday's race. But a little bit further back, it's still yeasty. Here Mortara against Felix da Costa. The Portuguese in his M4 DTM besets the Italian in his RS5 DTM. And as da Costa rolls by, it happens. Both gyrate off the track. Da Costa can continue. For Mortara, the race is over. But the unstoppable one is Timo Glock. After 42 laps, he crosses the finish line first and celebrates the third victory in his DTM time. At the beginning, the most aggressive, then with all his routine. The reward, champagne by the liter and third position in the championship. Still up front, Mercedes driver Paul Di Resta. It was a loud and action-packed weekend here in Austria and Spielberg. The second DTM weekend of the year is over, but you only have to wait 2 more weeks. Then we come back from the Lausitz Ring. Hankook TV, see you there.